Welcome back, folks. Alright guys, it is time for our first black book. Now we just picked one up from Mirak's temple, but guys, don't read that one yet. Reason being is we have to do that one again later anyway, and it'll only let you get so far, so you can't really get to the end and get any kind of superpowers or anything like that, unfortunately. It'll kind of, make you have to leave the arena until you get done with the whole Mirak quest line, get all 3 shots of power, and then you'll have to go back into Walking Dreams at that point, and then you'll be able to complete the entire level, which will lead you all the way to the big fight with Mirak. So guys, for now, just, again, try to avoid shiny rocks. It's best to leave that one for later, again, just to kind of try to be more preventative about game glitching. So folks, that being said, once we do have that book in our possession, then you're free to, move about Solstheim and get all the rest of the black books. And guys, first things first, I'm at Kilborn Barrow. A couple of videos ago I said we'd be coming back, after we went to Temple of Mirak and got the Walking Dreams book. Well guys, we just did that, and here we are. Now in addition to the black book, I also didn't have my Ancient Nordic pickaxe, and I wasn't able to farm my my Stalrim nodes there, so one's right there, and the other one is back into the temple a little deeper, past the room that we fought Rails in, or Rallis. And it's right by the 2 snakes puzzle, and it should be to the left of that 2 snakes puzzle. Alright guys, so without any further ado, now another safety tip here is don't read that book, because once you read it, it pulls you right in, so it's already too late. I'm going to go ahead and drop a hard save here. Always, always, always drop a hard save before reading any black book, because sometimes you can glitch out in there, and it's nice to have that hard save to fall back onto. Alright guys, so welcome to Apocrypha. Now the first time you enter Apocrypha, this is going to happen, and that's perfectly normal. There's a little bit of storyline here. Alright guys, so once that, dialogue starts and stops or whatever, you're going to be kind of freed back up. Now, that works, it doesn't matter which black book you read first, it doesn't have to be this one. Just be aware that is going to happen. So now guys, some of the black books are going to be real dark inside, and if you step out into the darkness, you're going to start taking health damage here, so you got to stay in the light, or, you can always make your own light. So either way, just don't be in the dark. So folks, you might have already noticed, no followers. If it's your first time playing Skyrim and it's your first time in a black book, this is going to be a little weird. So everything kind of looks the same, it's a little tough to navigate at times, but I think they kind of do that on purpose. So a couple of safety tips. For one, you can actually die in these, so that's another reason to put down that hard save out at the beginning. Another thing too is if you want to leave, you can do that any time by reading the book that you're currently in. So, if I were to read this book right now, it would literally just kind of kick me out of the world, and I'd be back on my own 2 feet, back in Kilborn Barrow. Another thing, too, is there will be some, green water around. Guys, you're not going to want to stand in that. That's gonna damage you quite a bit. But another thing, too, is you'd also don't want to be standing too close to it. Reason being, tentacles will come out of there, and they'll smack you around, and they do quite a bit of damage on their own. Alright folks, so without any further ado, let's get into this. There are some treasure chests in these things. They're called pods. And I don't know how to pronounce that word, so I'm not even going to try. I'm just going to say throw the switch. Okay, now there should be a couple of baddies coming up. I'm going to go ahead and get combat ready here. Now, I mentioned no followers, folks, but that does not count against you as far as conjures go. So you can absolutely still conjure whatever you want, and that will still aid you in battle. Alright, folks, now I am going to Falmer Helmet up for this fight just to bump my bow up a little more. Reason being is I want to make sure I can one-hit the Seekers. And obviously do as much damage as I can otherwise. I just lost track of that lurker. He's over there somewhere. There you go. Come to Papa. Okay, so we should be able to two-hit him. Whoops. Okay, now they're gonna split. So yeah, sometimes the Seekers will conjure another Seeker, but if you kill the original, his conjured Seeker counterpart will auto-die. So, you know, if you can, try to remember which one you started shooting at. That way, if he does conjure a partner in, you can kill both of them, essentially, with, you know, just killing the one. Okay, so once again, make sure, you know, you got your own light source when you're going through these areas. And that's the green kind of water I was talking about, and the tentacles that'll beat you up. Definitely stay clear of the tentacles. Okay, now that, like, rag-looking thing on the ground, it blends into the floors around here really, really well, so you really gotta look hard for them. But they'll have scrolls, you know, sometimes a spell tomb or two. And I do believe there's more bad guy trouble coming up here in a bit. And this is a tougher fight, because there's a pond right up there with a tentacle in it. There he is, right on cue. Okay, now he's a tough guy. He's got a little more health. He will not go down as quickly. Alright folks, so when you start, you know, progressing through these dungeons, sometimes there's going to be, you know, a dead end. And there's going to be a book at that dead end, and it'll say chapter 2, chapter 3, and so on. And that's how you progress through most of these dungeons. This just happens to be a really quick and easy one. I thought it was a really good warm-up. Oh, and by the way, those things we've been killing, the Seekers, that's actually the spell tomb, so you can conjure your own now. Booyah! There it is, Conjure Seeker. Now, I normally don't use this cast. I definitely prefer the Dromea Lord, you know, especially for my, my own, you know, conjuring skill upgrading. These just don't do it quite as good as the Dromea Lords. So, you know, they're fun, and yeah, they have ranged weapons, but at the same time, I just don't normally use them as casts. Okay, don't forget your loot chest there. So, folks, whenever you get to the end and you read the actual book, it will give you a superpower every time, and that will also complete the quest that you're currently in. And if you want to know what each one does, just go ahead and activate it real quick. Okay, and you don't have to actually accept it. You can just cancel to back out. So this is just so you can kind of read and get a feel for maybe what it's going to do. So now, on this book, I'm always back and forth in my playthroughs. Sometimes I like the protection, because, guys, I'm not going to lie, that half damage is pretty freaking awesome. The bad thing is 30 seconds, you know, most of your big major fist fights are going to last a lot longer than that. So I just don't find, you know, as much use out of this one as I do this one here. You know, having that ability to cast whatever magic you want for 30 straight seconds. Now, you can use that once a day, you know, so there's a long cooldown there, but there is a reuse there. So you can, you know, do that several times. Say you're in combat, you can cast that Dromea Lord out just on repeat, just bam, bam, bam. And that'll really, really level that, that conjuring skill up. But that works for all skills. Anything magic related, it will not consume magic. So yeah, for me, that's the way I like to go. And guys, once you've selected your superpower, now you can always come back here. After you've completed a back book and you warp back in, you usually wind up right in front of the book here. So you don't have to go back through the stage, you don't have to re-kill anything. So say you do pick one, you know, and you just don't like it, it's not the end of the world. You can just kind of pop back into the book and kind of make a new selection and try that out for yourself. Alright guys, and to exit, you know, you can just go ahead and read the book. And that's it guys, that's our first black book. So folks, I hope you enjoyed the video. As always, please take a moment, like, share, subscribe, all that fun stuff. Until the next time, best of luck and happy hunting.